Welcome to another episode of The Rachel Cruze Show, Home Edition. All right, the pandemic. It's been very interesting because everyone's life was turned upside down, and it was this moment of realizing, wow, we are living one way and now we're forced to live another way. And there's a lot of actually good things that came out of the pandemic that you can learn for yourself to take with you. And so there are some money smart tips that people are actually taking from the pandemic back into the real world. So let's go over 6 of them that I've heard that I love. Number 1, no dilly-dallying around the grocery. Were you one of those shoppers who just had your old cart, germs and all? You just go down the aisles and just scan and look. Do you know how much money you end up spending when you're not just going in and out? Now there's like arrows on the ground and people are wearing masks and everyone's freaked out. It's like, get it out, we're probably gonna die. That's like what it feels like when you go to the grocery. Some people are in and out so fast, buying just what they need, and they're leaving. And that actually can save you some money in the long term. So, pretty smart. Also, number 2, food-wise, is grocery pickup. Yeah, some people don't even want to go into the grocery store, so they'll do curbside delivery, which means you're having to order online, which is actually really great because you're able to see the total already before you get to the cashier, and it's not like beep, 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 here's your total, and you're like, oh gosh, it's too much. No, it's all right there for you before you click purchase. So you can make sure it fits in your budgets, and money-wise, it kind of makes you a smarter shopper. You keep thinking, And I do love when they give the suggested items because you may find one that's less expensive. So find yourself a deal. Number 3, people are spending more quality time with family. This is so us. I love this. I really did. Because I think for so many people, it's like we were just in the rat race, just going. Work, socialization, kid stuff, seeing friends. It was just church. I mean, it's just like things constantly. And we didn't realize how busy we were. Like we were tired at the end of days or weeks. And we're like, what just happened? But during the pandemic, it was opposite. I had a lot of work I was still doing, but the whole change of pace, all of life, like there was no FOMO for me that I wasn't missing out on something. It just changed so much, and you just had so much time with your family. And I know for us, this was a big one. I love that. Number 4, more reflection, journaling, and meditating. So I've heard a lot of people talk about this, that they just had more time just to be like more introspective, more quiet time by themselves, even though everyone's in the home. But it's like, for me, when kids were napping or when someone's working in the other room, I just had time to be like, wow, like I actually could like take time for myself. And that's big. It really is big. You know, people talk about like self-care and all of that. So taking time for yourself, take that with you even outside the pandemic. Number 5, meal prepping and planning. Yeah, a lot of people were looking ahead more. We're planning more. We're able to say, okay, what nights are we going to be cooking in? What are we going to cook? If we are going to go out to eat and maybe support a local restaurant and get to go, where is that falling in the week? Like things were just planned out a little bit more organized. And whenever you're more organized, whenever you're more intentional, you're always going to save more money. And last but not least, we are grateful for the simple things. It is so true. When everything gets taken from you, basically, and it's like, wow. And for some people, like I know had health scares with everything going on. Man, does that bring you back to what you want? People had financial scares. Man, does that bring you back to what's important? I mean, like these big topics in our life, when they get taken from you, or even if they're not taken from you, the fear of it getting taken from you pins you back and takes you back to what is important in life. And I think for a lot of people, we did, like, right? Like a new purse isn't going to save you from all this stuff. It's not. And not that having stuff is bad. We talk about it all the time. It's okay to have nice stuff. Don't let your nice stuff have you. But I think stuff got in the way of a lot of things in our world, in our culture, in our country. And when all that's paused and everything has to slow down, and there is some fear, a little bit of fear in the air, it just kind of forces you to stop and re-examine and be grateful and thankful for what you have. And so I think that gratitude is something that we want to take with us. Take that with you out of the pandemic and really learn from that. So there's a couple of things that some money smart people are doing that I've heard, and I thought those are good. Those are great tips. Now, if you want to connect with some of those money smart people, you can join my Facebook group and the community there. So make sure to click the link below to help you with that, because the key here, always, you want to love your life. Always, I want you to love your life, but do so by being in control of your money and saving a few bucks here and there, which hopefully some of those tips help you do that.